Happy New Year, everybody. It's so wonderful to be with you on January 2nd. Today is also my grandson's 12th birthday. In fact, I'm going to share. He used his Christmas money to hire someone through Fiverr to do a logo for him because he has an eBay store and a Shopify store, and he sells his old gaming equipment. Then he comes and pilfers through our garage and sells things that he finds here, and we get split profits 50-50. But it makes me very proud. At 12 years old, he's definitely a thriving entrepreneur. Cannot wait to see what he creates in his life. But I'm excited to start off 2019. I can't believe it's 2019. So I wish and I hope all of you had a fantastic holiday season and a happy new year. And on the 2nd, if you've already broken your New Year's resolutions, don't fret. You can make new ones. It doesn't have to just be on January 1. But when I kick off a new year, one of the things that I do each year and involve Angela and the team, bring people together, is to really not just think about what you want for the new year, but also to do an analysis of your brand, your personal brand, your business brand, because it does evolve, it does change. And a lot of it, you want to know what your customers think about you. You want to know what you want to put out there. And certainly in my career, at the stage I am, I'll be 65 in a couple of weeks. So it's sometimes you have multiple things under one umbrella. So for me, I have the personal finance, I have the entrepreneurship, I have the mentoring, I have the speaking. And so it's a constant effort for us to determine what messaging we want to create, depending on which foot we want to be forward. And so ask yourself, what is yours? And really, you have your visual brand identity, your logo, your website, that kind of thing. Then you have your brand voice. And then you have your brand values, what do you stand for? And then your brand personality. And so if you think about each of those, and some of the things, there's some questions that I like to share with people to talk and ask yourself when you're doing this analysis is, remember I talk about the most successful businesses solve a problem or serve a need. So what pain points do you solve? What problems do you solve? And what kind of personality do you have that you want to project? And of course, identifying your competition and seeing how they're messaging, what they're doing. And how do you make your clients feel? Remember, it says benefits, not the features that you want to think about. So go through this process and how are you distinct and different? What is your competitive advantage? And why do people want to do business with people that they know, like, and trust? So why do your clients trust you? And try and put that down in a terminology and really remind yourself of what your story is. So for instance, I truly am an entrepreneur. I was raised in an entrepreneurial home, but I can't get on stage and say I've lost everything. I was homeless, because that's not true, would not be authentic. But I can say I was raised in an entrepreneurial home and I tried to go the career path and realize that, why am I working so hard for everyone else? So what is your story and how can you incorporate your story into your branding? And come up with 5 words that describe you the most, whether it be your personality, your messaging, something like that. And so for instance, like this morning, just this morning, a few minutes ago, I asked Angela, I said, okay, come up with, I want you to describe the Sharon Lechter brand. And she used the words elegant, which I like, yay, approachable, authoritative, clean, authentic. And so, so there's not a single word in there about financial education, but that's okay, because this is the way, hopefully, that people feel about me, that they would agree with that. And then, what's wrong with your existing brand identity? We're about to embark on a whole new website thing. Not because I don't like the current one, but I don't believe its messaging is strong enough to represent the future. As I'm continuing to evolve, we all are. And so you want to review it to make sure that you are on the cutting edge of what your existing brand identity is. And part of that is what we've been doing is looking at other brands. So what do other brands communicate to you, those that you like. What is it about them that you like? And then like synthesizing it. And that's one of the things that's hard for us because I have so many different things, is how do we simplify it so that people that are looking for one part of what I do can find it quicker than they can now. Always simplifying. And then, understanding that when you're creating your brand, you want an opportunity to say, is it working? Test it, some sort of feedback loop. And then pay attention to what other people are saying to you. That's where I talk about having, the Google alerts, so that if somebody's out there talking about you, you're notified with it. So you see what the communication is. And, and always, logo isn't as important to me as it is to a lot of people, but you want your logo to be consistent. So we're right now looking on how we want to use that. Because I have different taglines. So when I'm talking about personal finances, you're either a master of money or a slave to it, right? When I talk about somebody wanting to really be in control and take control of their financial life, you are the CEO of your life. All of those things communicate with the Play Big movement. Be number one in your field, live your legacy, create maximum impact. That helps me synthesize the messaging I want people to get across. And the same thing on the entrepreneurship side, right? Do you own a business or do you own a job? All of these things allow me to communicate my messaging in a very short, succinct way. And review what you're doing. In fact, I have always worn red. Now I'm starting to wear different colors. It's kind of like, okay, in the Play Big movement, I'm going to release myself to do different things. And so it's kind of fun to say, okay, so now what? So I wore leather pants and a black jacket. And it's kind of fun because it's something that is giving me, opening up the possibilities. What is the ability for you to continue to maintain that? So ask yourself about your own brand identity, because it's important. It's important because you want others to be able to share and have a consistent messaging when they're talking to other people about you, right? So yes, I'm always interested to see what others are saying about the things that I'm doing. And certainly with the, when you start something new, you want to see if it's being well received, or if people are saying, what are they doing now? And that's something that's always important. So it's something I challenge you as you start this 2019. Take some time to analyze your brand. Thanks, Judge Graham. So happy that you're with us and appreciate your comments. Hello, Karen. Happy New Year. And Greg, Angela, I'm so excited to have all of you here. And we have quite a few people on the line, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. But challenge yourself. And even if you're not a business owner, if you're an employee, you still have a personal brand. What is your brand? What are the people saying? How do you feel about the projection that you make into the world, both professionally and personally? So I do have some questions that came up with this, because as we kick off the new year with our resolutions, first, you need to know where you are and where you are today. Same thing when I talk about money. First, you need to know where you are. But when it comes to brand, know where you are now. What tweaks do you make? So a couple of years ago, we were really focusing on the company name, Pay Your Family First, and that messaging. Well, that actually is a tagline, right? That's still personal finance. And so it's like, okay, I'm going to refocus to the Sharon Lechter brand, because Pay Your Family First doesn't really talk about me being a speaker or a mentor or an entrepreneur. So I said, okay, well, maybe we're focusing on the wrong brand messaging. So we need to go back to the fact that we all have multiple facets. And we've kind of synthesized down to speaker, mentor, entrepreneur, personal finance. And it kind of channels all areas, the focus that I'm in. So let me go with the first question. Happy New Year. My name is Robin. Happy New Year, Robin. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but at the end of 2018, I started a home-based business and need a little help in marketing. We are advised not to specifically promote products via social media. Sounds like network marketing. Instead, we are trained to use social media as a way to connect with people. I get that the idea is to promote the benefits of the products and the business to engage others, But if I'm relying on people to connect with me to do this, then don't I become the brand? It's a little different than I thought it would be when I joined. I love the products and think other people will too, but now I'm being trained not to lead with the product. I don't really feel comfortable self-promoting. I'm not one for selfies, so I'm not sure where to start. Thank you in advance for your help. Well, Robin, I'm not sure whether the products you're talking about are weight loss or diet pills or nutritionals or face products. The issue is you become a testimonial, and you talk about the benefits to your life without necessarily talking about the company. So I have a couple of friends who are very involved in a couple of different companies, and most network marketing companies don't want you to talk about the name of the company. They want you to talk about the benefit of the products and how it's improved your life. You think back even 20 years ago, that's the way it was. They would show pictures of planes and fancy automobiles to try and get people to get hooked into wanting to find out more. Number one, I don't recommend anybody do something that they're uncomfortable with. But if you truly love the products, then you love the benefits. And so you think about the fact that, oh, I've discovered this new company and the products I've been using, and my life is better, I feel better, I look better, I'm thinner. Showing the benefits of the products, and if you feel comfortable sharing that, then people will automatically. And then you say, if you'd like to have more information, private message me. That's typically what people do in the social media. Then you can have the opportunity to have a conversation and discuss the actual product or the actual company. But again, get to that point where you feel comfortable about what you're sharing. Because if you're uncomfortable, then it's going to come across. You want to be authentic, authentic and transparent as to what you're doing. And because if you're uncomfortable, you're probably not going to be as successful as you could be if you find that element that works for you. Hi, Sharon, this is Alan. I'm looking forward to doing great things in 2019 to grow my business. I've met with a friend of mine in marketing, and he was asking me questions about my branding. He used the term brand personality. That isn't the first time I've heard this phrase, but I had not given it much thought as it relates to my business. I built my construction company from nothing with grit. Good for you. Perseverance and a lot of hard work. I have a small but reliable team, and I'm very proud of what I've created. But I have no idea how to begin thinking about my company's brand personality. How important is this, and does my company need a defined personality in order to continue to grow? So Alan, you have a small construction firm. So let's start. You probably wouldn't be in a position to take on a major project. So you probably focus on the end product. There's certainly a type of work that you do that you excel in. And so your brand personality is also something that can define what your niche market is. And your customers are going to give you back that feedback. Are you within budget? Do you complete on time? Do you always leave it clean when you leave the house? For instance, my friend Dina Dwyer Owen, she owns all those franchising companies. And one of the things they do is they always make sure that everything's cleaned up when they leave, and they have runners, and they have welcome mats so that people know that they're making an effort to keep everything clean. And that's part of that brand personality. So think about what makes you unique. Again, we'll start talking about competitive advantage. So first look at your niche market, then talk about other companies that are your size, compare yourself to them, and determine what is it about you that makes you better, unique or different. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're the cheapest. Sometimes you can be proud that you're the most expensive because you have that white glove touch. Who's your customer? Is your customer high-end affluent people? Or is your customer somebody who's always looking for the best deal? Again, going through each of these elements, you start developing your brand personality. So it gives you that unique selling proposition. So they all kind of work together. And maybe you're the one that's there rolling up your sleeve doing the work. You're not just the conductor behind the scenes. So the owner is actually there making sure the job is done appropriately. Again, that's part of your brand personality. And so start looking at it from that perspective. It doesn't have to be, you know, the fluffy words. No, specifically, how do you pride yourself in what you do? And ask for your customer testimonials, because as part of that, they're going to give you descriptors that could potentially be exactly what you're looking for. Next question. Hello, Sharon. Happy New Year. I recently watched your video on mission versus celebrity brands, and would love to get your input on how to build a company brand using people's personal connection to you without making the brand specifically about you. With so much focus on high touch and personalized experience, it seems like it would nearly be impossible to grow a business without some level of personal branding connection. How do you recommend somebody create strong connections without cannibalizing the business brand? Well, this is a great question. You didn't give me your name, so let me just talk about that. Because for years, I resisted really building a lot on the Sharon Lechter brand for this exact reason. Because there is a mission brand and a celebrity brand. And sometimes when you have a celebrity brand, you're focused and you're not really solving other people's problems and other people's needs. You are focused on your own, right? You want to be famous. But as I've gotten a little older, I realize that, you know, you have the celebrity brand that's focused in the wrong arena. But for me, having the multiple positioning statements helps me focus it from a celebrity, even though I'm using my name, to my mission, and that is pay your family first. My mission is become a master of your money, not a slave. And so it's looking at it each from lots of different directions and saying, how can I create something that will bring more people to me? And certainly when you're the face of the organization, there is a certain amount of celebrity piece to it that you can leverage, but keeping it in check for purposes of furthering the mission. So there's mission brand, there's celebrity facing mission brand, and then there's celebrity brand. So it kind of there's a hybrid there that I think we've kind of fallen into here, because it's something that, you know, as my name has become more and more recognized, and it's something that I can show that I do all of these different things. But my focus is always, like as a speaker, I'm always focused on the uniqueness of the group. Every speech I give, even though it has common elements, is always tailor-made for the people that I'm in front of, because I'm there to serve. And then when I talk about mentoring, my mentoring programs are always unique to the individual I'm working with, because I step into their business. I don't just sell them a program. I want to support them where they are and where they want to go. Same thing, mission, right? I'm there to support them. That's why I call my mentor client master mentors. They're mentors too. I want them to serve others as well. And then personal finance, always focus on someone becoming, you know, being able to take control of their own finances and doing better. Business, essential components of a successful business for entrepreneurs. I want them to understand every element they need to make sure they're building a large business. A business is successful, scalable, and sustainable, and then saleable to create generational wealth. Everything focused around building those assets. And that, you know, yes, my name is there, but those messages are what I want people to see and connect with. So ask yourself, how can you do both? Yes, you are the messenger, right? You're not the message. Ask yourself, am I the messenger or am I the message? I want people to swoon because I'm Sharon Lechter. No, I want people to get the message. That I want to be the messenger, not the message. Next question. My name is Michelle. I own a small bookkeeping company. I have a network of capable people that work with me in serving my clients. I get all of my business by word of mouth, but in 2019, I'm looking to grow at a faster rate that will require more proactive marketing and outreach. I don't have a logo, tagline, or even a company motto. I've been able to grow my business by doing a good job in creating trust with clients. I'm literally creating my marketing strategy from scratch. What do you feel are the two most important things I should focus on to get started? Well, Michelle, I guess what I would probably recommend, since you have loyal clients and you build organically, that's something to be really, really proud of. I would ask your clients to give you some testimonials. And then you may actually find some common wording from across those testimonials. Like they may all say you are totally reliable, you are efficient, you help them find ways to improve their bottom line. Those can help you create your messaging. Bookkeeping, maybe you pick up and deliver. Get down to the brass tacks about what makes you unique and different and why people feel trust in you. And again, that word trust, particularly in a bookkeeping business, is exceptionally important. Are you bonded? Maybe those are all elements and descriptions of you and your business. And then make sure you create a website that has some of those testimonials on it, and make sure people know how to find you. And that's something in particular right now with all the tax changes. I don't know whether you do tax preparation, but certainly being able to work with CPAs. If you have a list of CPAs that you know are well up on the changes that you have your clients give their taxes to, that's something you can promote. I have a network of excellent CPAs to help you find ways to take advantage of the new tax laws. Come up with all the opportunities that you know that you can help people. Because again, the most successful businesses solve a problem and serve a need. So focus on those problems that you solve and the needs that you serve. Because I think everybody watching and listening, whether you've listened to Robin's story where she's just getting started in network marketing, well, I'm assuming it's network marketing. Alan with the small construction business, and then the mission versus celebrity brand. That's a big one because I've been through that. That's something that we talk about all the time. Because I really shied away from going out with Sharon Lechter first, but now I realize that it's just a locator. People might know my name, they find me, and then they can find the various areas that they want to learn from me. And then Michelle with her bookkeeping business. So let's talk about the last question, because this one is from Ireland. I love Ireland. Kind of look like Ireland. I heard you speak in my home country and have been learning from you online since. Thank you for all that you teach and the free information you provide. My husband and I own a successful business, great, and in 2019 want to grow and begin a plan that will let us sell in 5 years. Excellent, nice runway. We are thinking our branding needs to be better. We have worked and asked for recommendations and proposals for how to improve. One company has suggested small improvements and another has recommended more major changes. We think the major changes put us more where we want to be as a brand, but worry if current customers will feel like it is too big of a change. We are still conducting business the same way, just changing our image and positioning. Do you feel there's a risk with this kind of change? It's all about communication. Particularly in Ireland, you've got very loyal customers there. And include them in the process. Make it part of the family. Have a focus group of existing clients and let them know that you're looking at updating your image and expanding your business, and that you want to create a more formal approach to your brand and get their input. What a wonderful opportunity for them to do. And then you get that feedback from them as well. So one of the taglines I had for 3 Feet from Gold is turning obstacles into opportunities. And that's actually probably one of my fortes. I love to problem solve and create things that come up to you, or things that you just need to pay attention to. And if you can come up with a solution to a problem, guess what? You've just created intellectual property. It's an asset. And so it's wonderful. It's something to be really excited about. Hello, Sherry. I'm so happy you're with us. And Michael. Oh, wonderful. Love it. Happy to have you here. Happy New Year to everybody. And is absolutely an opportunity for you to expand your assets and might even be protectable. It also is something that gives you a competitive advantage more than likely over your other companies that provide the same service. And so obstacles are opportunities. Sometimes they may be insurmountable, but you're going to learn something in the process. You're going to learn not to recreate the situation that got you there. And so look at everything that you have going for you. Remember to celebrate the little wins And in 2019, let's focus on those little wins and say, you know, how can I use those to my advantage to feel good, particularly your team, okay, making sure the team feels good about those little wins so that you're better prepared and you have a little bit of cushioning for the when you do have an obstacle. Hello, Chantal. Yes, assets are sexy. And so focus on creating new assets in 2019, particularly for, like we talk about this last question, because you want to sell your business in 5 years. Well, you want to build as many assets as you can to build the valuation of your company. And of course, as I've shared many times, the highest value of your company is that goodwill. And that's not on your balance sheet. And so that has to do with your reputation and your branding, which is, we'll come back to why I kicked off 2019, asking you, where are you in your branding and how do you want to be defined a year from now? What tweaks can you start the year off right? And that branding evolves when you evolve. It evolves when you start solving different problems. Maybe that expands your brand. So start with your self-assessment. Start with your employees, your team. You have a SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That kind of helps you hone in on who you are and what you do. Always focusing on the benefits that you provide, not the features. And like this morning, and I'll repeat this, some of you weren't on the line yet, when I asked Angela, without any kind of precursor or explanation, I want 5 words to describe the Sharon Lechter brand. And elegant, approachable, authoritative, clean, and authentic. I love those. There's not one word about money there, and that's okay, because it's how we are perceived. When people want to know something about money or feel they can trust me because of those words. And that makes me feel fantastic. So what is it that you want other people to say about you? And again, if you haven't set up Google Alerts, please do, because that's going to help you understand what is being said about you. And from a standpoint of getting ready for this year, this is your year. This is going to be a fabulous year, huge opportunities out there. Now is the right time to position yourself. And as I share with you about playing big, we are up to here right now in going through quotes and bids on creating an entire new website, messaging, customer journey, because things have changed in my world so much. And so we're just about to embark on a very expensive and a very long project, but it's because I feel that that's right for us. If we truly want to play big, we need to position ourselves stronger and make sure that that customer journey is what I want it to be, no matter which channel, which vertical people are interested in. So again, ask yourself, do you have more than one vertical? And then you have to really assess each vertical as a unique journey, because somebody that comes to me for speaking probably isn't going to go into my personal finance. Somebody comes to me with my personal finance may then move to entrepreneurship, but you never know. And so each vertical is unique, and you want to make sure that customer journey is outlined for each one of the verticals that you have. And all of that is your branding. Because again, people want to do business with you if they know, like, and trust you. Well, they're going to know, like, and trust you if you are consistently giving the same branding message. So where do you need to tweak your brand? Ask yourself, what do you need to do to make your brand more relevant for 2019, more relevant for what you really want your future to be, and more relevant for the customers that you have currently and for the customers you want to add this year. And again, involve your current customers. Give them a bonus for completing a survey. Have a luncheon if your business is local, where you have people who can give you feedback, because it's something that allows you not only to feel strength that you are really on target with what your brand is, but you get incredible feedback. You might even find out an area where you could make a very small improvement that generates huge ROI, huge return on investment. So as we kick off 2019, start thinking, focus on your brand. And we're gonna, think about the questions that I asked, replay this, and go through the questions that I started off with as to how you can analyze your brand, because it helps you. It might trigger something that you hadn't even thought of. Thank you so much, and happy 2019. It's your year, it's our year. It's time to play big. It's time to be number one in your field, to live your legacy and create maximum impact. Love you all, and have a fantastic first week of January. Love you all.